Hey guys, welcome back to Dark Souls Remastered, episode 13. When we last left off, we were in here. Try stabbing in the back. Yep, that is what you're supposed to do. So you notice it's locked, and I usually don't come over here because there's no point. There's just 3 crystal guardian guys. Did I say crystal guardian? That's the golem-like guys. The crystal hollows, maybe these guys are called. And another locked door. So yeah, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to come over here, kill him. He drops the key. So I'm gonna rest first. So good to go. So yeah. Alright. Notice these guys are running because they don't want to end up having to deal with those things. Basically, the music makes these things angry, so they'll attack anything that isn't their same kind. It's basically the defense setup if anyone breaks out. So yeah, basically, see, the Scalist defeated me, and he decided to capture me so I could become one of his test subjects. He turns females into these things. Alright, and then you'll see there's 2 more of these. These ones are stronger and have more health than the others. Because they drop some special miracles. And this is locked.
Hello again. What a chance meeting this is. Alas, I'm imprisoned once again. I don't suppose you could stage me a getaway. The archives. Such a storehouse of knowledge. So close, but just out of reach. The thought offends me so I could simply die. As a student of the arts, do you understand me?
Alright. I mean, I'm not really a student of the arts, but he's saying, like, talking about being a sorcerer. Oh, I messed that up. Okay, perfectly timed so I didn't get struck by lightning. Oh, too soon. Oh, man! Okay then, I actually died. Nice. This ain't looking good. So, interesting glitch. If you die while the thing is still running, you don't hear the sound anymore, and they act like the thing is still on, but the guys down there, the actual things, don't. It's an interesting glitch. But what you can do is, if you don't die, you can actually turn the thing off. So if you come back through, these guys won't rush out and attack you. Like, go in a line and attack. They'll just stay huddled together there. I do apologize if my nose feels runny, so I'm a little sick today. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I still got the backstab. That was good. $7.99, that's really good damage, actually. Alright. So now, I got the key to get out of this place. Yeah, I'm avoiding that for now. I'm gonna have to come back here when I get the key to his cell. And the reason for that is, I'm sure you saw an item in the back of that room. That is another Firekeeper soul. In fact, it's the last Firekeeper soul you can get. So, it's the last upgrade to the Estus Flask that I need. Alright, so here we go. What I'm about to do is basically one of the most difficult area run-throughs in the game. I'm never 100% sick. I don't have a 100% success rate with clearing this area. I mean, technically I don't have any. I've died in every area at least like 5 times on my first playthrough. At least. This area was a lot more, but I mean, in terms of like multiple playthroughs, like out of 10, I can say most areas I'd have 100% success rate out of like 10 playthroughs. This area is one of the ones that I can go through it 10 times, a bunch of times, and I just won't have a bunch of 10 times in a row, and I just won't have 100% success rate. It's really difficult. So, there's a guy behind me shooting right now. Swordman right there. Archer here. Oh shoot, I didn't dodge that. Let's take a sip of Estus. Oh, I got a drop over here. Crystal straight sword. So lots of damage can be upgraded, but can't be repaired. And it's got low durability. Okay, I'm almost through the hard part. Well, this whole library up until I reach the oh shoot. I gotta do it again. I will say that's the first time I died that way. So I'm killing these guys so I don't have to kill them Like, because if they get, I don't have to go back down there. And if I let them get here and climb to the top, they'll start attacking me. Because then they'll feel safe from the things down there. I wish I can climb up the ladder faster, like you can in Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. Speaking of, Dark Souls 2 at the moment is on sale. I don't know if the other Dark Souls games are as well, but Dark Souls 2 is on sale for $9.99 when it's usually like almost $40 on Steam until November 1st, I think. And I bought it because I'm going to play it after I'm done with this. Dark Souls 2 is the game in the franchise that I haven't played. And people like to consider Sekiro part of the franchise as well. I haven't done that either. But I don't know if I should consider Sekiro part of the franchise, because like I said, I haven't played it. But I do consider Bloodborne part of the franchise. And yeah, so out of Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2 is the only one that I haven't played. So I'm really nervous to try that. Alright, so I just had to come up here. Ow, that was not a good dodge. So I will be playing that when I beat this. I'm probably going to be doing New Game Plus of Dark Souls 1 at the same time. Because I think it'll be fun to do, simply because I've never done the full New Game Plus 6 for Dark Souls 1. I've gotten kind of far. I actually don't remember how far I was in... Okay. So what do I have for ranged? I got these throwing knives. Let's give it a try. Oh no, that's not working out. I mean, I can stun lock him though. Let's see if I can kill him like this. Usually I use a firebomb, or I might have a pyromancy spell. Hey, I killed him. Also, I just realized I haven't grabbed my souls and stuff from when I died, so I'm going to head back and try to get that. There we go. Oh, right. There we go. So you're going to get to see me, when I do Dark Souls 2, you're going to get to see what I look like playing through one of these kinds of games blind. Yay, I'm really nervous about it, because I hear all the time Dark Souls 2 is the least liked in the franchise. It's actually got a lot of artificial difficulty, I hear, instead of like really creative difficulty like all the other ones have, where they're really well thought out bosses that you really need to think about when you handle it. Instead, Dark Souls 2, it's like, this guy has a lot of health and does a lot of damage, and that's why he's hard. At least that's what I hear. So... Alright, So with the Crystal Ember, that means any plus 10 weapons I can now make into a crystal weapon if I want. I don't really want to. I mean, maybe. I'm considering purchasing, since this is going to be taken all the way to New Game Plus 6. For bosses, it could be useful to have a plus 5 crystal weapon. Let's do dexterity first. 500, that's really good. Alright, so now I gotta run my way through this. Not an easy thing to do. Oh, shoot, oof. Oh my gosh, no. Okay, that was close. I gotta run my way because the bonfire back in the cells are not linked to any other bonfires. You'll see that if you try to warp from it, the game won't let you. So you can't warp from it, you can't warp to it. So if you want to make your way all the way back to the cell that Big Hat Logan is in, you gotta run back through all of this. I imagine that death is a lot of people accidentally jumping off this ladder. I think I've done it before too. Alright, so far so good. And the cool thing is, I could just use a homeward bone after I grab the soul. Let's take off these throwing knives. I'm hoping maybe to beat Seat the Scaleless before ending this video. I might have enough time to do it. We'll find out. Oh, shoot. Yeah, these guys do a lot of damage, but luckily I can kill them in one hit, so I just have to try to avoid getting hit. And yeah, my sweeping attack can hit like 3 at once. If they're lined up. Okay, good. Killed them all. Oh, is that... Yep, these guys drop humanity somewhat commonly. So you could farm them for humanity if you wanted. There are a few locations for humanity farming. There are these guys.
Oh, that I bet.
There are the rats down in the depths. And then there's some enemies in an area I haven't been to yet. In the DLC. I will mention it when I get there. Because yes, I'm doing the DLC. I'm not just going to beat Seat the Scaleless and then go kill Gwyn. I'm going to go do Artorias of the Abyss DLC. Because honestly, it's probably my favorite part of the whole game. There's so much cool stuff. The episode when I actually enter the DLC, I might name entering the DLC or entering Artorias of the Abyss. I'll probably just name it entering the DLC. Because entering Artoria of... Why am I running? Freaking Homeward Bone. Yeah. entering Artorias of the Abyss. So I can warp from here and I can warp back to this bonfire. So that's why I'm going to head to Firelink Shrine and use the Firekeeper Soul. Thank you. So now my Estus Flask is as high as it will go on the Duke's Archives. Is as high as it'll go on your standard playthrough. But New Game Plus, I can get another one, and +7 is the highest it'll go completely. So I'm gonna fully kindle this. Another cool thing about New Game Plus is every bonfire that you've kindled remains at the same kindling level. So that's why I want to just collect as much humanity as possible throughout the playthroughs, because I could just max out every single bonfire in the game. If I can do that as fast as possible, then I'll never have to kindle a single bonfire. Everything will be at 20, every bonfire will be at 20 Estus, all the way until I've completed New Game Plus 6. Parrying always feels good. Even when I don't need to parry to win, it just feels good to do it. Alright, so at this point, I like to run through all of this because these guys are strong. So this is another thing about Dark Souls people don't realize. You can actually run through the areas, you don't have to kill everyone. I mean, unless you're good at dodging and you know what's coming, running through can be sometimes be more difficult than fighting. But I mean, I think that's what speedrunners do, is they just run through the areas, ignoring all the enemies. And then they also like any percent, which means you can use glitches, so they just they use glitches to warp themselves like to the final boss after they reach a certain point. So yeah, if you notice, basically the ground is invisible and it's not anywhere. There's it's like specific walkways like those pillars, and so if you take a wrong turn, you'll fall. I've just happened to have memorized the path. Very nerve-wracking your first playthrough, but luckily there are a lot of messages left by, typically people showing the right way to go. If you're playing offline, there's a couple messages you can still see as well that are left by the developers, so you're not completely blind. You can also use the prism stones I found. Your character, if you use it, will drop it in front of them, so if it falls, it means there's no ground there. Alright, time for C. So, can't kill Seath until this is destroyed. This is the secret to his immortality. I could destroy it and attack him right now, but kind of... I want to chop off his tail, just cuz. So the trick to do it is to bait him to do that, to destroy his own pistol, run around while he's stunned, and smack his tail a few times. And be careful, because his tails are very dangerous. So you have to cut off... So if you want the Crystal Greatsword, which is a weapon that's in pretty much every From Software game right here, you have to cut off his giant eagle tail, which is not an easy task. You have to hit it from like the latter half, and he's got all these flailing attacks to do a lot of damage, so be very careful. I just want to cut it off to show you guys. I'm not even going to use it because this is an intelligence build. Alright. Best chances are when he's distracted. Oh shoot. I could easily die trying to cut off his tail. It happens a lot. See? He's doing ridiculous damage. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm doing an intelligence build. Now he's doing it again. As soon as I cut off the tail, though, if I cut it off, because I might not even be hitting it in the right spot. Okay, there we go. What am I couldn't see? So now I can just finish him off, because he's gonna force his front to face me, and that's actually... Come on! Turn around! There you go. This is actually the weakest point on his body. See how much damage I'm doing. There we go. I could have killed him really fast in this fight, but I wanted the tail. Mostly because if you're doing an intelligence build, it's a very highly recommended weapon. I don't have the kind of intelligence to wield it properly, so you can't get to see just how good the damage can be. But it works just like a normal, just like the Claymore in terms of how it fights, but it's intelligence damage. And if you use a heavy attack, one-handed or two-handed, here, it uses up in durability, but yeah, energy blast. And so if you angle, you can... I don't care that I'm wasting durability, because I'm not going to be using this weapon. But still, keep that in mind if you want to, if you're doing intelligence and you want a great sword weapon. It's not the most damaging intelligence thing, but like, I mean, it is if you're using the heavy attack, but that uses up a lot of durability, so... Back to Firelink Shrine. At this point I can open up the kiln of the first flame and go take on the final boss. But like I said, I want to do the DLC. So that'll be next episode. Or, you know what, there's a little bit more time. I'm gonna at least open. No. I usually open it up now, so I have a good 20 Estus source, but I'm gonna open it up when I actually go face the final boss, just for added dramatic effect. So that's it for this episode. I will see you guys next time. Bye.